Allow me to introduce myself, the voice of vision. Through my voice, I create a vision which enters the doors of our minds. Majority of the time, the truth is right there in front of us. But how we grab hold to it is what determines our outcome. I want to piggyback off of my poem, The Black on Black Crime. You know, coming up as a young man, there is peer pressure with our friends. A lot of times people say it's how you come up in a household. I agree. How you come up in a household is very little to what a child deals with in the streets, especially if his house is not completed and his house is broken. And what I mean by broken, both parents, love, one parent, there's love, but it's limit to attention towards that child. Because the parent, if it's a mother or if it's a single father, they have to go out there and make the money to support the family. Majority of the times, the streets interferes with the raising of that child through that household. But within that peer pressure, a young man commits crimes. And those crimes he commit, it could be crimes he never done or crimes he usually do, but just haven't got caught yet. But understand, majority of the time, the crimes that you're committing because you're with your friends. You're not by yourself. By yourself, majority of the time, you wouldn't even commit them. But you're committing these crimes with your friends. You caught. You locked up. Now, suppose the beef led to you shooting someone. You killing another one. You caught. Now you behind that courtroom. Cell block. Thinking about it all day in central booking. Now you in the courtroom about to see the judge. Guys that went there before you coming back into the cell. Yo, the judge ain't going for it. Yo, the judge, he rough. He giving crazy time. He ain't having it. Thoughts going through your mind. Reality starting to hit. You realizing the crime you commit of shooting somebody, of killing them, banging your head against the cell block walls, saying to yourself, why did I do it? I regret doing it. If I can turn back the hand of time, shit, if everyone could turn back the hand of time, they would. 25 to life ain't no joke. And majority of these so-called killers, you're crying in themselves. As you in there by yourself, you're crying, man. Because you realizing what you just did. Now you facing time. You're convicted, or you might cop out to a lesser plea deal. But you're still hit with that felony. And understand that felony, it goes nowhere. That sticks to you. Later on, as you get older, you want to leave the streets alone. You're having babies. You want to settle down. You want to do the right thing. You got your family. Now you want to go get a job, do the right thing. You want to leave the streets alone. You're getting too old for it. But guess what? Guess who's your shadow? Your felony. You go for jobs. They run that background check. That felony pop up. No job. Now you stress. You depress. You don't know what to do. You're going crazy. You know what you're going to have to do now? You're going to have that state of mentality. I got to do what I got to do to take care of my family. You went to the streets of crimes now. Or you may just have that excuse. The man don't want to give me a job. So I got to go out there and do what I got to do to support my family. Understand one thing. As you go out there on the streets and do what you got to do to support your family, you get caught. Remember, you got a felony. You get caught. You catch a second felony. You catch a third felony. Now you're a predicate. You got to continue doing crimes because you can't get a job. Now you go out there and do a crime, get caught, guess what? Now you facing life because you's a 3-time predicate. And guess what? Your family, that woman with your child, she's in the arms of another man, taking care of your family while you locked up. And come to find out, you changed from being that bad person before you caught the 2 felonies which made you a 3-time predicate. Because that first felony that you caught when you was a youngster, and as you got older, remember, you wanted to change your life around, but you couldn't. And when you was doing that felony time, the friends that you had with you, amongst themselves, they like, man, yo, they gave him 25 to life. They don't know if he coming home. Yo, I'm out of this. I'm not doing these crimes no more, man. I'm not doing this. And then you got some that didn't get the message. They end up in the same jail you at. Everything cool. And then you have those who didn't make it. They're dead. So you say to yourself now while you're young man, this is the chance you want to take with your life. Majority of the times, the decisions that you're making now, you're not thinking about the future. But you got to think about the future. You have to. Your life is not going to always be the same. Your life changed, but the streets don't. The streets stay the same. Don't put yourself in that situation where you have no choice. Life is about choices. But when you put yourself in that situation when you have no choices, when you got felonies, when you got arrest records, man, it's over. It's over. Me personally, I believe your first felony, you should be given a second chance, depending on the crime that you committed. But you should be given a second chance in life because people do change. People do change, man. But just think about it. Is this really what you want? Think about your future. Before you get to your future, you got to deal with the present. Move forward. If you're having difficulties moving forward, ask God to lead you and you move forward. And watch how everything come in place. You're going to walk through storms. You're going to walk through obstacles. It's going to get difficult at times. But remember, just have patience. Master your surroundings. Master what you're getting yourself involved into. Think long term. Think future. Majority of the times, these young brothers, they not being raised where they're given these jewels to think about their future. This is why I'm taking the step that I'm taking today. Because I didn't have anyone to drop jewels for me. but I've been blessed. I've been blessed because I survived. No felonies. So with that, I'm going to share to them brothers who don't have someone to speak to them, someone to drop jewels on them, someone to guide them. It's a rough world out there, brother. But you can survive it and you can make it. Because look at it this way. Whatever crime you commit, whatever time you're given for that crime, who knows what you could have accomplished in those years. Don't give your years to where in the future, as you get older, you regret it. Because it's a beautiful thing, man, when you can take advantage of the choices you have in life. Your friends today, who you run with, in the future, they're not all going to be there. Some going to move on, successful. Or some of them going to be locked up. Some going to be dead. But the bottom line is, whatever you do, you're doing amongst yourself. When you in that jail for who you shot and killed or who you robbed or raped, you in jail by yourself. Your friends ain't with you. You by yourself. And after you do your time and you come out, streets change. Your same friends ain't on the blocks no more. The streets change, man. You be the only one to change, because the streets gonna stay the same. Be strong, young man. You be all right. The voice of vision.